In this section, we're going to be looking at different features of what is called a parabola. So this is a graph right here called a parabola. It is something along the lines of x squared plus something. Okay, depending on what this function here looks like will depend on how this graph looks, but the graph of this equation here is called a parabola. Now, what you need to know is on this parabola here, there are different features. So there are 4 different features. The first one, at the very bottom there is a point that is either like the lowest point of this parabola or the highest point. That is called the vertex. Okay, every parabola is going to have a vertex. Second point is where it crosses the y-axis. That is your y-intercept. Okay, we've seen that before, just like when we had linear equations. It's where it crosses the y-axis. That's your y-intercept. Now, this parabola also has 2 places where it crosses on the x-intercept. So it's like they're the x-intercepts, but they are called zeros. So we got a 0 there and a 0 there. Now, depending on what the graph looks like, you could have 1 0, you could have 2 zeros, or you could actually not have any. So those are the 3 places where dots intersect. The 4th feature that parabolas will have is the fact that they are symmetrical. So there's an imaginary line that's vertical that goes straight up and down, and it actually cuts this parabola in half. Okay, now this isn't drawn super great, but if you can imagine an imaginary line that cuts this parabola exactly in half on both sides, that is called your axis of symmetry. Okay, those are the 4 features that you need to know about a parabola.